Hello, my name is Roger. In this video, I would like to show you how to apply for the Youth Travel Trust uh, application through Amplifund. We start by going to the Jax Kids website, that's jaxkids.org, and we find the funding opportunities at the top right. You can click that, and then we see the Youth Travel Trust Fund with some information and a clickable link. We'll click that link, and now we're in a page on our website which will give you some guidelines with this link, a little more information here, and then a link to the actual application at the bottom. Youth Travel Trust application, fiscal year 16-17. Of course, that will change annually. I'm going to click that link, and it takes me to a login screen. At this point, I'm going to click Apply. And, well, first let me look at this, and I see my opportunity manager will be Ruth Waters. I see that this application was posted on November 14, 2016. And I see a couple other things of interest. The total amount that's available at the beginning of the year will be $40,794. That will change as people win awards as we go through the year. The award ceiling would be $25,000 for any one organization per year. And the submission open date would begin on October 1st of this year. But the submission close date is actually August 1st of 2017. Although the fiscal year goes to the end of September, it takes a number of weeks to review for processing. And so there is a cutoff time to request a review. And that needs to be within the same fiscal year as the event. I have some other eligibility information down here that you can look at. At this point, let's go ahead and click Apply. And I'm going to enter a different address here, so stand by. Okay, so I have a test email account here. I'm going to click Login. I've already registered on the site, by the way, so let's see how this works with the second attempt. So what happened was I logged in. It takes me back to the original screen that we just looked at. I'm going to click Apply again. And now I am in the beginning of the application process. Notice there's opportunity details, project information, application forms, submit. There's a save or a save and continue. And down at the bottom, there's a mark as complete. The idea is to complete the fields, mark it as complete, then save and continue. You could save and go to lunch and come back and resume where you're at. So in this instance, I'm going to go through here. We see the application name is this, so that's fine. The total amount requested, I'm going to ask for $1,000. Excuse me. It's got my name in there and my email address, and this is all pre-loaded because I've pre-registered before I started this process. I actually did some testing a few months ago, and I'm using that same account. And you would do that each year if you apply annually. Your account will stay in there, and you would simply log in. It knows you through your login email address. I mark as complete, and I could come back and change that by clicking the red box at that point. I'll save and continue. Let me scroll up and save and continue so we can see what happens. Project information is good, and now we're going to see there was a bit of a latency there, a little bit of a lag before the forms popped up. So don't be surprised. Sometimes your network, sometimes the internet can be slow, and you'll see a few seconds delay. So just kind of wait when you're in a situation like that. So we're going to start with budget information. I'm going to click that, and I have a budget form here. So I'm going to kind of quickly run through this to give you an idea of how this works. And we'll start with JCC dollars obtained or committed. So I'm going to put 1,000 in there, and that's going to be 25%, 0.25 of my total funds. So if your event and travel thereof would be, say, $10,000, you could request from JCC up to 25% of that, or $2,500. The 1,000 represents a quarter of the total cost of the event. Other city funds, let's say that we're going to have no other city funds, no other federal and state funds, but we'll say there are $3,000 coming from another funding source. That should be the name of the other funding source. So I'll just say other source, and I'll say 3,000, and that would account for a total event cost of $4,000. I'm going to leave these fields blank and come down to total funding dollars. That's everything what you're asking from JCC and the other sources, total 4,000. We'll say that we're going to spend 2,000 on travel and 2,000 on meals. Well, we better break that down to something for each category there. The other we can leave blank. I put in here that if you this is a test. So we come back later and get confused. Total expenditures for the whole project, 4,000. We're requesting 1,000 from JCC through the Youth Travel Trust Fund. Okay, so I'm not going to spend time filling that in a realistic way. We'll just put something in there. We mark as complete. A success. Now, had I missed a required field, it would have told me. I would indicate what field needed, excuse me, some action. I would have had to go up and make changes there. Now I have 2 check marks, and now I'm starting another application. I'm going to save and continue. Remember, there are 3 forms. We just did one. We're on form 2 of 3. So now I'm going to quickly go through this. We requested funding in the amount of $1,000. Requesting funding will be used to travel to, I'm just going to say test, purpose of travel, test, dates of travel. We're going to, this will need to be in the same fiscal year that the event occurred. The travel will come in the same fiscal year as you're applying for in the Youth Travel Trust, is what I'm trying to say here. Number of youth making the trip, okay, so let's say there are 3, and then we're going to mark as complete. And that looks like that works, so it looks like we're continuing on now. We're going to save and continue, and we're on form 3, the fund eligibility screening. Name of organization making request. I'm just going to say Rogers Test Board. Address is 1095 AP Randolph, and Jacks, Florida, 32206. Billing address, same as above. Name of director, we'll just say test. Telephone number, 904 630 1234. And the fax, 904 630 54554. Of course, those are not real numbers, so don't try to fax me there. Is this organization an outside school related organization which exists and operates to provide support of school activities? We'll say yes. Is the organization tax exempt? We'll just say yes. You could be no on one, yes on the other. Attach a copy of the organization's letter of exempt. So I'm going to do that. So I'm going to browse to my hard drive and sample fund. I think I have application test for tests. So we'll just that one. Now, if you're going to upload documents, they need to be PDF, DOCX, or XLs. But don't take a picture of something with your phone and try to upload a JPEG when it needs to be a document. Go scan it as a PDF, for example. Okay, we're just going to say yes on that. Of course, I'm not really realistically trying to answer all of these things, all amendments thereof. So your corporate charter, and you would, whatever that may be, you would do that or upload that. Again, is the proper format. Okay, so this one's not applicable. I'll say if you so I don't have to include something there. Does this organization operate in Duval County? Yes. Has the organization existed? Yes, for at least 1 year. Does the organization have an open membership policy? Yes, and the guidelines will describe and define what that is. How has the organization received a special invitation? Yes, and you must receive a special invitation. You can't invite yourself. And so we'll go ahead and simulate another upload there. Can the organization document that 75% of the organization's revenue for the planned travel is derived from sources of the Travel Trust Fund? Yes. You remember I did a $4,000 trip. $3,000 came from other funding. Has organization been a past recipient? We'll say yes. Submitted all required documentation because we have. Yes, we have. Enter your name. We'll say Roger Belcher and today's date. And then we'll mark that as complete. And so that's a good one. I'm glad that we see some fields and what happens when you miss something. One or more required fields. Okay, so this field, okay, so it wants me to attach a document here, so no problem. I'll figure out what that document is, and you can always call Ruth if you have a question, or contact someone at JCC if you're unsure. And then this field is required, attach a copy. Okay, so I am going to have to do that one too. Again, this is just simulation. You would actually get the real documents that are requested. Save and continue. And you see I got past that, so I did 3 forms. And now, let's see, you're about to submit your application to the JCC. Take the time to review your application. You can go back and click these boxes to review. You can click review here, actually, is the more appropriate way to do so. I think everything is just the way I want it. I'm going to click submit. And success, application submitted successfully. So that's looking good. Now, a couple of other things. I'm waiting to see if my email receipt's going to be received. And I would need to go to my Gmail account. So let's see. This is a test Gmail account, actually. Okay, so I'm in my Gmail account, and I see that I have an application receipt. It says, "Hi, Roger Belcher. You are receiving this notification because your application has been successfully submitted. If you believe that you've submitted an application and you do not receive an email like this, then something did not work. To know that it successfully was submitted, you will get an email. And so keep that in mind. Okay, so that's good to know. Now I can also go back and see my application as such, and I can print it. And you may want to do that. You see the whole thing here. You can have that as a PDF and save that on your hard drive, print that, and you know precisely what and when and who submitted that. And that will get you into the system. And again, remember there's a couple of weeks at least for the review process to take place. And at this point in time, which is December 2016, Ruth Waters is your opportunity manager, and she can help you with any specific questions you may have. So thank you.